everyone, it's Claudia with Krazy Island Studios, and welcome to another edition of Freedom Journal Friday. If you can hear the rain in the background, I'm sorry, but it is stormy weather here in Hawaii. So I am just starting this page off with a coat of gesso and dioxazine purple just to get a background color down. I'm going back over this with a baby wipe and removing pretty much as much of that paint as I can because nothing dries here and I don't have the patience to wait for it. So that was just me scraping off some excess paint onto my junk journal that I scrape excess paint. I skipped some of this, but you can kind of get the idea because I'm building on these layers. I didn't hit the record, I apologize, but I'm just scraping on some golden fluorescent colors with a credit card, and again there's my little scrap page that I just scrape paint off onto, and I'm leaving some really cool little credit card marks in the background just because I thought it would be fun. And I let that dry completely, and now I have this idea of spraying, and I'm using the Deco Art misters because they are acrylic, so once they dry permanent and I can work over them. But I had this idea to spray this and kind of spray some water and clean it up a little bit and clean out the center of it so that I could put something in there. And so I go through pretty much all of this trouble and then start right here spraying some little bits and some water to create drips. I decided that I like the drips better. So I'm just banging my book there to get the paint to drip a little bit, adding a few more little spritzes and some water. And look at those drips. Oh, they make me happy. And I decide again that I like the drips better than the rest of it, so I'm going to clean it up a little bit and take off a whole bunch of what I already put on. This is one of those pages, folks. I have no idea what I'm doing through most of this as I'm doing it. And so just kind of playing with paint and doing things and accepting the fact that it's probably not going to go where I want it to go, and that's exactly what's going to happen through this entire page. But you know, sometimes you just gotta do stuff and wipe paint off. So I'm gonna wipe a lot of paint off this week, but I'm gonna leave it in there and show you guys. So I like the drips, and I decided just to build on those a little bit with some of the really bright green mister, which I'm just pulling the spritzer out of the bottle and flicking it on there directly from the little plastic tube. This is a bad idea. Very bad idea. Watch, you'll see why right now. So when you do this, yeah, don't do this because that happens. So cleaned up and back to holding the bottle while I do this, and then I'm going to add some additional sprays with that and then have to let this entire thing dry. This is the joy of acrylic paint. Let it dry all the way, and when you mess up, you can clean it off. So make sure that if you don't know what you're doing, like I don't know what I'm doing, that you just make sure that everything gets fully dry. So you can see that it's a jelly print up there on the top left corner, and you're going to watch me wipe off a lot of paint here, folks. But that jelly print up there gave me the idea. I was just digging through things. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking about something to collage on there. I saw that and I thought, oh, I could just paint a lotus. That would be fun. So that was kind of my inspiration to start with the lotus flowers, and I loved how big it was. I went across the bottom, and yeah, that flower's coming off, folks. It is. It was one of those weeks. You know, we all have them, right? Y'all have those too. I have them too, where just nothing is working out. And the background started looking really Halloween-ish, so I decided I'd come in with some nice bright colors again, starting with white, and then I'm going to add some fluorescence again back into this because I lost kind of the brightness by adding the black and wiping it off because, of course, it all didn't come off. And so I'm working really hard to try and like this big giant flower across the bottom, and I'm not giving up on it yet. But just a minute, I'm going to give up on it in just a second. There we go. Yeah. I like the two flowers in the background a lot better, so I decided to come back in and draw a smaller flower, and again, not loving it. So, yeah, the baby wipes got to work out on this page. I just, you know, one of those days. So I'm just adding in another flower, and I'm going to add in a couple more in the background. That there was a new clean off page. You'll see me bring that in a couple of times. I try not to waste my paint, and so I have a great little cheapy junk journal that I just add paint to, and then later I'll make journal pages out of it. So I'm just bringing in some fluorescent orange, mixing it with the pink, and I'm going to add a couple of little tiny flowers here, kind of faded so that they're a little bit more in the background. Sorry for that, that's my text messages. I'm trying to ignore stuff. And so, yeah, I'm just enjoying playing with the flowers now, building up some colors. I finally have some design that I kind of like. I really like this fluorescent pink and orange mixed together with the white, so I'm just adding that in. Absolutely no realism on this page whatsoever. These flowers are not realistic, and they're not even really like good lotuses. They're just lotus style flowers. So I decided that I needed to add back in a big one because I really kind of like the idea of having a big flower, but maybe not all the way across the bottom. So adding it in on the side of the page kind of, you know, it makes me happy. So I'm going to actually leave this one. I am going to work on these pages or these flowers a little bit more, going back and forth with the fluorescence and then a little bit more of the white to bring back some of the definition. Can you hear that rain? Can y'all hear it? It's getting crazy. Bad storms this week in Hawaii, or at least where I live. It is just a ton of rain. I'm in a cloud. I look outside and I see it. I am just in a cloud. So here I am going in with the fluorescent green and some spritzes of water with the fan brush just to add some speckles back in because I feel like the green that I added kind of faded into the background, so I wanted to bring some of that a little bit brighter towards the foreground again and add some in all around. And I am kind of blotting it where it goes on the flowers. I don't mind a little bit of speckles on the flowers, I just didn't want a ton of speckles on the flowers. And then I'm also going to be coming in with a little bit of fluorescent yellow to add even more brightness to that because I just feel like the background got really dark and I lost all that awesome fluorescent beautifulness by putting the black and wiping it off. And you know, it is what it is sometimes. So finally, this is my final touch on this page. I'm coming in with a little bit of black airbrush. No, what do they call them? High flows now. The black high flow colors because it's kind of like black ink but in acrylic. So, I mean, well, acrylic inks, yes, but in the paint version, I feel like it dries a little bit faster than my inks do. So I like to use this and it flows really nice like ink and you can draw with it with a fine tip brush. So I'm just adding back in some details to these flowers that were really just necessary to make them pop again on the page, and that's pretty much the end of it. I am going to be done as soon as I finish this, and y'all can just, you know, hope that I don't wash away. I do have some major big something going on that I can't tell you guys about right now. It is not art related, it's personal, and as soon as I can tell you I will, but it is going to take up my entire week next week. I have some folks coming from out of the country to visit me. Oh my gosh. And I'm so excited, and I'm sorry I can't tell you, but bear with me if I miss getting my videos out next week, my Deco Art Monday and my Freedom Journal Friday. I think I have the Deco Art Monday done, but the following Monday may not come out, and next Friday may not come out. I will try, might be a speed through. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'll do my best, but if it doesn't happen, that's why. I'm just totally tied up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this page, and thank you so very much for being a part of my YouTube channel, and I will see y'all again very soon. Bye for now.